See, it's important for us to know that the things that steal your joy are not the things that are going to give you your joy back. Let me say it like this. If I'm out driving my car and I have a full tank of gas and I'm driving down all of these roads and these roads are slowly taking away my gas, I don't go back to the roads to get a refill. I go somewhere else. I go to the gas station to get filled back up. See, the things that steal your joy is not what's going to replenish it. What's going to replenish your joy is Jesus and being aware of his presence in your life. So maybe you feel like your joy has been taken from you. You need to turn to Jesus. You need to be aware of God's presence. You may feel like I'm sick and I'm lonely right now. I'm discouraged and I'm having financial hardship and I don't have a job right now. And we feel like all these circumstances, these things are stealing my joy, but they aren't going to give it back. In your notes, Jesus is the only one who can give us back our joy. Jesus is the only one who can give you back your joy. This is not something we can fabricate. This is not something that somebody else has any control over. This doesn't have anything to do with the happenings. Jesus wants to give you true joy from within. So are your eyes on him today? Are you focused on him? Or are you focused on the news and social media? Everything that's wrong with this world? Are we focused on God's word? Are we focused on the truth that God's word brings? That says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Lord, restore to me the joy of your salvation. And to protect our joy, because we do have an enemy, and we need to protect our joy. In order for us to protect our joy, we must pursue God's presence. Being aware of God's presence in our life. In Psalms chapter 16, verse 11, it says, you make known to me the path of life, and in your presence there is fullness of joy. Underline that if you can. In your presence there is fullness of joy, and at your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Where is fullness of joy? In God's presence. Are you aware of God's presence in your life? So many people live lives unaware of God's presence. So many people, they'll go to church and say, well, I was there and I was just waiting for God to show up. Or at this moment, God showed up. No, God was already there. He was already there. You might have heard a nice song, and at that moment, you became aware of God's presence, but he was there even when you didn't realize it.